Hello everyone, my name is Sinus Music. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please go ahead and like the video if you like the video. All I have to say is, oh my god, you guys really did enjoy my review of the Model D wireless mouse. Thank you so much for checking out the video. The channel actually went from 35 subscribers up to 110 subscribers from that one video. So to anyone who is from there, hello. Glad to have you, take a seat, I'll bring you some coffee if you like it, or, maybe a drink if you're old enough, or maybe just a glass of water, just feel at home. Welcome. Today, I thought I would go over Glorious again, because they have announced more wireless mice. Yes, more. And what I mean by that is, they've announced the Model O and the Model D minus. And what those are, simply put, are smaller versions of the mice. That's it. Smaller versions. If you have small hands, these mice, I would say, are better for you. If you haven't seen my review in comparison of the Model D wireless to the Model O wireless, I will link that somewhere in the top so you guys can check it out if you haven't seen it before. But I'm going to quickly go over some of the specs of both the Model O minus and the Model D wireless, and no, I'm not gonna buy it. I already have a Model O wireless, and I am currently daily driving a Model D wireless that I just got, which just came out like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not gonna buy more mice. Let's not kid ourselves. It's the same thing. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Let's go ahead and take a look at their website. Here we have Glorious's website for the Model O and the Model D wireless mice. As you can see, you can choose between the Model O and the Model O minus, the Model D and the Model D minus in black or white matte finish. Both are available for $80. Again, which is kind of why I'm not going to buy more of these mice. I'm not going to spend $160 plus shipping and tax in California for the same mice, but smaller. But I digress. Let's take a look at some of the other stuff. It's the same 2.4 gigahertz wireless connectivity, the same BAMF sensor. Again, I love the BAMF sensor. It is golden. It is a great thing. The difference here now that we can take a look at, the Model O wireless is 65 grams. The Model D minus is 67 grams. That's the main difference. They're smaller for the hands, little tiny hands, and they are lighter. Maybe not by much, but we'll go over that because Glorious compares the Model D minus and the Model O minus to their bigger brothers or sisters, whichever one you want. Again, 71-hour battery life is boasted. Again, I say put it 15 to 20% if you want to have longer battery life. Just put it as a minimal amount. I have mine about 15%, and it lasts a good amount of time. I'm not complaining. Play while the cord is in. Yep. Programmable buttons, honeycomb, full RGB, extender dongle. Again, the Model D minus actually comes with extra G skates, so it can glide around and it feels great. Take a look at these beauties. You'll see the Model O and then the Model O minus and the Model D and the Model D minus. The main difference here is the size, obviously. The width on the top is a little bit different, 61 millimeters versus 57 millimeters. The width in the middle is the same. The width on the bottom is 66 millimeters to 63 millimeters. The height difference here, 26 millimeters to 24 millimeters. And you'll also notice 38 millimeters to 35 millimeters, 128 millimeters in length versus 120 millimeters in length. There you go. Versus the Model D and the Model D minus. You're looking at the same width on the top. You're looking at only a 0.1 inch difference or 2 millimeter difference in the middle. And you're looking at 1 millimeter difference at the base. If you look here, there's a 33 millimeter, which is the same, 40 millimeter versus 42 millimeter. And then you're looking at 128 millimeter width versus 120 millimeter width. To me, this is not too huge, but if you have smaller hands, you will notice and it will feel better for you. Let's go over the specs. The specs look about the same except for the weight, which is different. They have now switched over to the Glorious switches, which are rated for 80 million clicks for both of the Model D minus and the Model O minus, which is great, versus the 20 million clicks rated for the Model O wireless. Everything else looks to be about the same. Gonna use Glorious Core, like I mentioned in the previous video, which is the program that you use to actually change your DPI, change the color, things like that. Comes with the same stuff here, which you can see, the mouse, the cable, the wireless, the mouse, the cable, the wireless, extra skates, which is great. And there you go. So if you have tinier hands, this will be a great thing for you to get if you haven't already gotten a Model D or a Model O wireless mouse. If you notice that the Model O or the Model D are a little bit too big for your hands, I would suggest getting one of these. It's just a better option for you. If you already have a Model O or a Model D wireless, can I say safely to get one of these as an upgrade? I don't know. That's totally dependent upon what you want. It's totally dependent if your hands are like cramping, if you're having a hard time clicking stuff. Otherwise, the mice are the same, relatively speaking, minus, pun, besides the actual switches on the Glorious O versus everything else, which has the Glorious switches in them, which is rated for 80 million clicks versus 20 million clicks. You will notice the difference in the feeling of it, but other than that, they are the same. It's totally based on if you want to go with the smaller version or the bigger version. And that's totally based on your hand size. You know what they say about people with big hands or small hands. They hold mice differently. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again to everyone who subscribed from the previous video. I really appreciate anyone who is here. I appreciate the comments that I get. I appreciate the likes, even the dislikes. I appreciate basically everything that you guys do. Again, if you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please go ahead and like the video. I'm trying to post more videos. This one, I think, warranted a video, even if it's short, even if it just takes care of a couple things. But until next time, thank you so much, peeps, and peace out.